Hey there, friends. This is Ayesha at Youngspapercreations. So, I am so excited right now because Gale Agostinelli and a number of ladies have been making what we call document holders. And these document holders are so stinking cute. Let me show you. Here they are. Wanted to put on the light there. Hopefully it's not glaring too much. So the ladies have been making these. Um, they're part of a weekly challenge that they've been having. And I wanted to try my hands at it because if you're into paper crafting, then you know that we have lots and lots of papers. And, we create our journals, but at the same time, if you're in a pinch and you are going to church or you're going to a meeting or somewhere and you just want to journal some thoughts, some ideas, you just open these up and they're so pretty to look at, but you open them up and you start to journal. So there's some pretties, but yet lots of opportunities for you to journal. You're at church and you want to just jot some notes down. This could last you, depending on how much notes you make at church, this could be a monthly, one per month could take you through. And they're so pretty and they're closed in various ways, but I've chosen the style where I put the two holes at the back there with my crocodile. I put a lovely bow here. You could use any varied ribbons, but they are so stinking cute, right? And so I've got some vintage papers in here, all message notes. This is a vintage 1800. I love collecting these, what do you call it, these books. Oh my goodness, I've got so many of them. But I love collecting these. What is it? Oh yes, the Precious Moments books. Love them. They're Christian books with, little things for kids about how to love one another and be kind. I love those. And yeah, so these are so great. And then they're easily folded up out of the way. Again, you just lift this little flap here and you slide it on in, and there you go. So I've got 3 all ready, and these are great. I can tuck these in a journal. Now that I have these, I can tuck them in journals if I choose to, just as a little thank you when you order my journals. Junk Journals for You is where you can find me. Junk Journals for You on Etsy, my Etsy shop, Junk Journals for You. I want to thank you so much because I need you all to really stop for a minute, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, share my channel. I'm going to turn off the lights. It's maybe a little bit too bright. I don't know. But, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Let people know that I am here. I've got some lovely work to share. And now that I'm seeing it, I'm wondering if it's too dark. You'll never know. I will never know until I see it after. So hopefully it wasn't too glaring and that you could see. They are so pretty, 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 pretty. All right. So, and it's my birthday coming up. This Saturday will be my birthday, and I also plan on providing a few of these. Just thank you to the world. I will be providing a few of these to some ladies here and there. So, in lieu of my birthday. I would, who doesn't like having some gifts for their birthday? But for the most part, what I need is just to be able to have my journals keep selling so that I can support my daughter's tuition at her school, and to keep on doing this because getting journals into your hands are great, but they're also therapeutic work. So I'm loving that. So I want to show you just a little bit of how I put that together if you let me, okay? So now I use lots and lots of wallpaper sample sheets. This happens to be one of them. So pretty. And then I want to gather some paper. So I'm going to have this be my base, bottom. And then I'm going to put this one here. Now you can have any forms of paper, and I like to stagger them. Sometimes if you want, you can just use a whole lot of book pages, but the idea is that you can stop and journal some quick stuff in there. So I've alternated, and this is a 1800 ledger page there. So I want you all to be able to journal. So as you see some pretty interesting pages, you're also going to be able to journal. This is another 1800s concordance. So there's lots of beautiful words: courage, court, course, courteous, and where you can find them in the Bible. And then, so when you have your outer cover, which I've taken to using this wallpaper sample, you want to first fold down this flap, because that flap is going to act as your tuck, right? This is the flap. So you want to fold this flap down, and we've already placed all of our papers together. Figure out how you like the papers to look, the order in which you'd have it look, and then you place it in here just like so, and then you line it up. Make sure you cut your back base to sit nicely with your papers, and then you organize it whatever looks pretty to your eyes. Okay, now I'm gonna take my crocodile. Some people have taken to using staples or anything at all you want to do. The main thing is to have a tuck for this. Okay, and now I'm looking at it and I'm thinking maybe I could have made it a little bit shorter. Why? Because then I could save a little bit more space here. So just because I'm seeing and I feel like it, maybe I'll do so. I'm gonna turn this up just a tad. And again, everything that you do when it comes to crafting, you can always embellish or tweak to your liking. There's seldom a huge mistake that you can't fix when it comes to paper crafting, and you need no skill. All you need to do is to follow directions, and if that fails, then you tweak it. Okay, no perfection needed. So I've lined up my papers. I think I like what I see here. I think I like what I'm seeing. And I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use my crocodile. And this time, I think I'm gonna use my brads. You don't have to. You can just make the holes and put your stuff in. But I'm gonna use my brads. So I'm gonna go in and where do we want to put it? Put it there. I'm gonna put my not brad eyelet in, and let's get that in there. Okay, so it's in. Let's do the other one. So this is what a crocodile looks like, and you can pick it up at Michael's. They sell these at Michael's. But then the other, and let's seal it into place. I should probably have done this part on the outside, but it's okay as well. But you have so many options. You just want it to be neat. Whatever you do, you want your work to be neat, because when individuals get my item, I want them to look at it and like it. I did notice that I send the paper a little bit over to the other side. So the only way I can fix that, as you're holding your paper, if you don't hold it as tightly as possible, it's gonna skew on you. But all is not lost because I've left enough space to make adjustments. All right, so now everything is completed, guys. You see, when you open up this one, all your writing space and your pretty papers. I love papers of children, and so there you are. So this is the one that we finished. I finished this ahead of time, and now this one is finished. Now if you type in, I'm just folding up the first part here with the extra flap. I don't want to waste this piece of paper. So when you have it like that, I had an extra piece here, so I'm just going to fold it in first before I take it up once more. I'm going to fold it again like this, or I could have taken it all the way under, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could. Let's see. Maybe I will. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this up straight under, one fold, and now I want to make sure that I crease my seam, and so I'm going to crease the seam. And I have a bone folder, but I don't know where it is right now. When you want your stuff, it's so hard if you have so many things. So I will seam that better later on, but it's quite closed in there. Now I used a longer piece of document, and I didn't want to close this up too much more, but it's all here. I didn't want it to be too thick when I was curling it up, so they will all look different and taking on a life of their own. But the journaling opportunities is so plentiful, and this one here is just a little longer than the others. And now I can go in and tweak some of my pages at the side. And voila, we are finished. So I've got one. Now what I want to do is to do the same as I did with the other one, and that is to put the bow. Now this is already sealed, it's not going to go anywhere. The others I didn't use an eyelet. I just did the holes and put my ribbon through. But this one I used an eyelet. There's so many varied ways of doing these, but the end result is that it's pleasing to the eyes, and quick journaling opportunities for you, whether you're at church or going grocery shopping. These are just nice to have. I'm not doing this bow much justice right now. All right, so there we have it. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, when you order my journals, make sure that you ask for one of the document holders. Now, the Gale Agostinelli and some of the other ladies online, they've chosen to do these because years ago, back in the days when we didn't have, lots of ways of binding, it was so nice and easy for them to easily attach a number of document papers together to keep in one place. And so now this is just taking off from that. So I hope you've enjoyed this opportunity to see what I've been able to do for my take on the document holders. And I want to thank you. This is Ayesha at Youngspapercreations. And remember, you are special and you are here for a purpose. You might not fully have captured that purpose, but you're here for a purpose. I want to thank you. Thank you for sharing my channel and checking out my journals. I've got 2 journals up on Etsy right now, and that is to be found in my shop at Junk Journals for You. Okay? Junk Journals for You. Thank you. Bye-bye.